I'm 37.
What?
I'm 37, I'm not old.
Hello, viewing several. Here we are again. Finally had some free time, a little chunk of time outside of work and family engagements and whatnot. Mused about what album to listen to, and from a plaintive corner of one or two comment sections came this like soft, gentle reminder.
Lana!
So I hear you. Okay, finally we're back with Lana, listening to her latest release and basically completing my Lana journey. So let's just get on with it. It's been a while. Very excited to check this out. Heard lots of good things. Seems to be a lot of featured artists on this one as well. That'll be interesting. I mean, she's had features on other albums, but there seems to be quite a few on this. So let's get to it. Lana Del Rey. Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard?
1, 2, ready. I'm gonna take mine with you and me. Mine. Say it again. I'm gonna take.
This is new.
Mine of you with me. I'm gonna take mine of you with me. Like rocking
Beautiful blend of voices.
high, the way John Denver sings.
That's fascinating. That's not something I've heard before from her, with like that a cappella, that blend of voices. Lovely. And now we're back to
So you say there's a chance.
yeah, we're back to piano. We're back to that sultry tone that I've missed.
Should I do a dance for once? Do you think about heaven?
Love that breathy quality.
Think about
Again, whatever register she's in, it's lovely to listen
my
to.
pastor told me when you leave all you take. Doing the hard stuff, I'm doing my time, I'm doing it for us, for our family life. Do you think about heaven? Yeah, I'm gonna take mine of you with me, like Rocky Mountain High.
That's a lovely effect with the choir.
My sister's firstborn child, I'm gonna take that too with me.
That's very interesting, because it's like that a cappella opening was kind of fun, and then we had the familiar strings and piano and the sultry tone that I know and love, and then the layering with the chorus effect, and just a dreamy, really, I mean, probably setting out the table. I imagine this must be the general like vibe and tone of the album. It's very subdued, it's very dreamy, it's melancholic, it's familiar territory. Fascinated to see over so many tracks what variety we get. Is this the overall vibe and tone? If so, not against that. It's something that I've definitely come across in previous works. But yeah, that's an interesting opening. It was just very nice, very soft, very easy way in. I do love the cinematic string effect.
Did you know that there's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard? Mosaic ceilings, painted tiles on the wall. And I'm like, when's it gonna be my turn?
Loving the tone of her voice here.
When's it gonna be my turn? Open me up Tell me you like it. Fuck me to death. Love me until I love myself.
Ooh, that's a lyric.
Tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. There's a tunnel under Ocean Boulevard. There's a closing hotel
So subdued still, but it feels more dramatic. It feels more. There's like bitterness and sadness there that. Yeah, it's conveyed beautifully with the lyrics and her tone.
It's because she's in a world preserved. Only a few have found the door. Barry Nelson has a song. His voice breaks at 2:05. Something about the way he says don't forget me makes me feel like when's it gonna be my turn?
Loving that refrain. That chorus is great, and the tone of her voice, the strings, so dramatic without being like bombastic. It's just soft and lilting, but so sad. And that line, "Fuck me to death, love me until I love myself." Oh, what a lyric.
Don't forget me.
Oh yes. Bring in the brass, bring in the strings more, the choral effects, lovely. Yes, beautiful. Like I say, the refrain of "Don't Forget Me," and again the tone in her voice there, still soft, nothing too like forceful, but there's more sort of sadness and more obvious like bitterness and emotion behind it, as more than there was with the opening track, but still, like I say, soft, lilting, dreamlike, but undeniably sad. And that lyric, I can't get over that lyric. I love it. Just, fuck me to death, love me till I love myself. Yeah. God, I'm fascinated to see just if this tone and this whole vibe is going to continue. By the end, I'll be satisfied, I guess, but I'm going to be sad. More piano. Just, let this be the whole thing.
Stars in my eyes, hiking up Griffith, thinking about who was said and what didn't get said in the Midwest. Wish I could tell you now. I'm a different kind of woman. If you want some basic bitch, go to the Beverly Center and find her. I'm sweet.
Yeah, you are. I'm just getting. It's got that like classic 40s feel, and while I'm looking at the image of the album cover, just the strings and that voice and the whole. It's just so sad. But beautiful.
Country, if I'm not there, come to my house on Genesee. I've got things to do like nothing at all. I wanna do them with you.
That's a lovely sentiment. Do you? I hope you
If
do.
you want someone, then just call me up and remember where I'll be in the sweet North Country. If I'm not there, come to my house on
Again, all the ingredients I love. The same beautiful lilting tone in the voice, the strings, the piano, and again, just so sad, so like, just such a sense of longing, a sense of wanting to be wanted, and you know, the line about if you want the basic bitch, go to the Beverly Hills Center and just find them. If you want, you know, if you want me, I'm sweet. You know, do you want? I want to do nothing. Do you want to do nothing with me? It's, you know, a very familiar sentiment, but it's beautifully expressed. Sucker for an acoustic. And the piano again.
I haven't done a cartwheel since I was 9.
I've never done one.
I haven't seen my mother in a long, long time. I mean, look at me, look at the length of my hair, my face, the shape of my body. Do you really think I give a damn what I do after years of just hearing them talking? I say I live in Rosemead, really I'm at the Ramada. It doesn't really matter, doesn't really, really matter. Call him up, come into my bedroom, ended up we fuck on the hotel floor. It's not about having someone to love me anymore. This is the experience of being an American whore.
God, see, this, the tone of this one, so much darker. Still beautiful, still quite soft and lilting, but there's definitely an edge here with the production too.
Called up one from called up another. Forensic files wasn't on. I say I live in Rosemead, really I'm
When the layering comes in here,
doesn't really matter, doesn't
and the little, the jangle and the bang of like the guitar and the cymbals, and again, it's not like wah, but it's punchier.
to love me anymore. Now this is the experience of being an American whore.
Ooh, like the bass, the crunch of that guitar.
Did you know a singer can still be looking like a side piece of 33? Gosh, I turned on the backbeat, puts the shower on while he calls me, sleeps out the back door to talk to me. I'm invisible, look how you hold me. I'm invisible.
I'm loving all the different modes of her voice and the production choices.
Not about having someone to love me anymore. Okay. Now this is the experience of being an American whore. It's not about having someone to love me anymore.
The tone of her voice is all so dark.
Now this is the experience of
Almost feels
being
threatening.
an American whore.
Okay. Ooh, loving this shift. Okay. I'm loving the fact that I really am not sure what's going to come next.
Jimmy, Jimmy, cocoa, Jimmy, Jimmy, ride. Jimmy, Jimmy, cocoa, Jimmy, give me high. Love me if you live enough, you can be my life. Jimmy, only love me.
Chair dance engaged.
Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get high. You're my call, I told her, you're fucking up big time. Jimmy, only love me when you wanna get
Yeah.
Jimmy, Jimmy, right. Jimmy, Jimmy,
Oh, God.
Jimmy, give me high. Love me if you love enough. You can be my light. Jimmy only love me when you wanna get high.
Wow. When I saw the runtime, I was fascinated to know, are we going to get any shifts here? Like, how are we going to fill up these 7 minutes? And we filled them up. I love that. The shifts, not just the really dramatic shift at the end, but the modes of her voice, the production choices. Again, it's that sense of it felt dark, it felt threatening. When the beat kicks in and the vocal effects and the whole tone of it shifted, and I just couldn't help but do my little embarrassing chair dancing. I love that, because it's very much her. That's one of the things I've always loved about Lana, is there's a sense of she's making exactly what she wants to make, and saying, yeah, I'm going to have a 7-minute track. The first 3 whatever minutes are going to be fairly familiar in terms of the tone of the previous tracks and the overall vibe and aesthetic, and then we're just going to flip it and give you this dark, dirty beat and this robotic vocal effect. And yeah, I love that. I love that I couldn't quite predict what was going to happen next as far as where things were shifting. Fascinating choices in that track. I really like that. Just say off the bat, I don't know who Judah Smith is. Clearly a writing partner or what have you, but I'm not familiar with them.
Do you understand what that means? It means quit lusting after your neighbor. That's a heck of a life. You get to love your children in front of you. Psalms chapter 8. And do you know where I got this verse? This is going to sound crazy to you, but I'm going to tell you the absolute truth.
This is very unusual. I'm going to have to look this up.
I woke up this morning and God said, check the Bible out. I don't know if it was God, but it felt like God. And I had the thought in my head, check the Bible out. I'm going to speak to you from the verse of the day. That means I don't have to look anywhere. I just get the verse of the day. So I get to the verse of the day. And here's the
Is she just recording this in the middle of a sermon? Like, literally. And obviously
look at the splendor of your skies.
adding the music and stuff afterwards, but she just sat there
When I
recording it.
gaze at your moon and your stars, mounted like jewels in their setting. And you're not going to like this, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I've discovered my preaching is mostly about me.
Okay, I'm going to have to look this up, because clearly I'm guessing that Judah Smith is a preacher, a pastor, whatever, and she's just recorded that, like, in situ, sat in the pew with, a device and just recorded that and decided to put it in here. Give me a sec, I want to look some stuff up here. Okay, so it's a recording that she'd done at a sermon. He's a co-founder of the mega church, Churchome, I don't know how you pronounce that. Performed, so it's basically like a celebrity church guy. High profile celebrities, the Kardashians, Lana, Selena Gomez, the Biebers. Oh, baptism of their kids. Okay. Oh, he's received, probably understandably, criticism for his, typical anti-abortion and anti-LGBTQ opinions and stances. Okay, that's odd. I'm not quite sure. I assumed it probably I admit I got lost there, because there's probably messaging and themes within the sermon that do have some connection to the album, obviously. That's why I include it. Just a bit jarring, and maybe that's the point. It is like an interlude that's taken me out of things a bit and made me just go, what? But obviously, as somebody who's not grown up religious or attended sermons, when I hear that intonation and I hear that mode of speech, I do just basically switch off. I'll be honest with you, it's not something I like to listen to. Even if the message is interesting or positive, that I'm sure it has a place in the album, but that hasn't really done anything for me. Not going to criticise the choice of putting it in, because I'm sure it's a very deliberate choice for that particular sermon to be included where it is. A very interesting decision, I'll say that much. Okay, a featured artist I note now that I don't think I'm familiar with, to be honest. Or maybe I know them, but I don't. Love We Still Have the Piano, just a slightly different tone and register to it.
Cinnamon on my teeth, and I'm sitting at the stoplight, northern town. I feel lucky. Rockefeller, my umbrella. God, I love you, baby. Storyteller, us forever is my favorite song. You've been acting pretty restless, dancing like the young and restless, and I'm obsessed with it. Candy necklaces, sitting on the sofa feeling super suicidal. I hate to say the word, but baby, hand on the Bible, I do feel like it's you, the one who's bringing me down.
Love the production choices again. And the tone of her voice remains intoxicating.
I can see it now. I think that we should address this, acting like the young and restless. I'm obsessed with this. All his candy necklaces.
I'm guessing that Jon Batiste is the man creating just beauty on the keys here.
Candy necklaces.
Candy necklaces. Candy necklaces.
Adding a lovely extra vocal as well. Okay.
Candy necklaces. Candy necklaces. I'm obsessed with candy necklaces.
Candy necklaces. Candy necklaces.
Okay, right, let me look him up. Oh, I've got to look him up now, just to be sure. God, he's younger than me. Yeah, okay. Singer-songwriter, multi-instrumentalist, bandleader, composer. He's worked with everybody from Stevie Wonder and Prince to Ed Sheeran and Lana. Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, I loved at the end there, that sort of hypnotic, repetitive Candy Necklaces refrain. The piano is lovely. Really loved the melody as well in the chorus. Then that was lovely. That was a nice return to the sultry and sort of soothing sound that features often. Certainly has featured a lot so far in this album. Okay, he's getting his own interlude. I love that drum just there, just that subtle little roll.
Right now, you know I'm gonna feel it so early. I feel it early. Woo, I feel it early, man.
effect. It just feels like it's something that's just been recorded in a room somewhere while they're jamming or hanging out.
Early in the morning. Early in the morning. Hey. Early in the morning.
That was a more interesting interlude there because it did just feel like an interlude. It just felt like they would imagine people in a studio setting just taking a break and just jamming and laughing and just enjoying being together in a room, tinkering away on the piano and shouting, you know, early in the morning, and it just, yeah, that had an interesting vibe to it. Not really a song, you know, in the same way as it was really with the previous interlude. It is literally just a little pause in proceedings to just enjoy a little jam session.
There's a certain point the body can't come back from. In 1 year we've learned the turn of the mouth, the depth that the chest cavity takes. But I can't say I run when things get hard. It's just that I don't trust myself with my heart. But I've had to let it break a little more, 'cause they say that's what it's for. That's
Beautiful.
how the light
Look again, the tone of her voice, the piano, all of it.
That's how the light shines in. That's how the light gets in. And I just can't stop crying, 'cause all of the ways when you see someone dying, you see up your gaze flash in front of you. And you think about who will be with you. And then there's Donahue.
Again, it's almost all about, I mean, lyrically and everything else, it's more the it's the tone, it's the general vibe and sense of just sadness and longing, and I don't know, it's hard to articulate almost. I'm just swaying and letting it wash over me a bit.
I'm at the Roadrunner Cafe. I'm probably running away from the thoughts in the day that have things to do with them, but they say that's how the light gets in. That there's nothing to do except know that this is how the light gets in. By cracking, the light gets in.
Almost like a hypnotic quality, like particularly with that refrain of that's how the light gets in. I've had it with a couple of tracks where I just find myself I'm just listening. I'm literally just absorbing her amazing vocals and the piano and the general vibe and sense of just, like I say, I feel like by the end of this I'm going to feel really deflated, but I'm going to enjoy the journey because of just how much I enjoy her voice and I enjoy the instrumentation and what have you, but it just feels quite heavy and sad. I don't know how else to articulate it.
When I look back, tracing fingertips over plastic bags, thinking I wish I could extrapolate some small intention, or maybe just get your attention for a minute or two.
Strings.
Or will I get to that 10-year mark where I beat the ocean of telomeres. It's not fit, or so they said, to carry a child. I guess I'll be fine.
Again, the sadness, the
It wasn't my
oh, it feels so heavy. It feels so like
twist neurons inside, but without
it's just the only word that fits.
They say there's irony in the music, it's a tragedy. I see nothing Greek in it. Give you 2 seconds to cry. Take you home, I'll give you up.
The fragility, the vocals are so strong, but they're so fragile. They feel like they'll break any moment.
By my side.
And that with the strings, it's so beautiful, but it's just profoundly sad and I don't know, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but
I couldn't hear what they said on the telephone. I had to sing for the prince in 2 hours. Sat in the shower, gave myself 2 seconds to cry. It's a shame that we die. I give myself 2 seconds to cry.
God, just that line, give myself 2 seconds to cry.
The waves in the sea call me Aphrodite as they bow down to me. I just needed 2 seconds to be me.
Yeah, that feels like the heaviest track so far, just in terms of just the tone of her voice and the lyrics and the whole rhythm of it. It just felt like you were being weighed down. Yeah, I hope there's at least a track at some point that's doesn't even have to be upbeat, just doesn't have to be quite so, I'll use that word again, heavy. Just heavy. I'm in love with just all of the piano throughout this. Not familiar with the featured artist again, but don't think it matters.
I went to Paris, Texas, with a suitcase in my hand. I had to leave, knew they wouldn't understand. When you know, you know, when you know, you know, it's time to go. When you know, then the more you know.
Musically, it feels lighter and airier, but it still feels, yeah.
Took a drink to Spain, just a notebook in my hand, and I went to see some friends of mine, like the summer breeze.
The tone of that piano, plinky plonking with the guitar, all of the musicality here is so breezy and more dreamy and air-like and light, but it still has that undercurrent of just sadness.
Dancing while they're on the floor, time to go. When you're home, Venice, California, Venice, California. When you're alone, when you're right, you're right. When you're right, you're right. Even when you're wrong.
Still feeling heavy, still feeling melancholy, but the bright, breezy nature of the music almost tricked you into, or maybe the message wasn't as dark as I thought, but with her vocal being so like high and fragile, I still had that undercurrent of like sadness in spite of the music being much more bright and breezy. It's a beautiful track.
Somebody else to make me beautiful, beautiful as they intended me to be, but they're wrong. God, if you're near me, send me 3 white butterflies, or an owl to know you're listening, sitting while I'm drinking. Grandfather, please stand on the shoulders of my father while he's deep sea fishing for sharks in the Pacific. 'Cause I'm God, I'm spirit, one body, a fallible deity wrapped up in love.
Again, I'm just taken away. I'm floating. I'm just sort of mesmerized.
You're so a white one. I have good intentions, even if I'm one of the last ones.
Again, the production choices are just
It took somebody else to make me beautiful, wonderful, as they intended me to be. But they're wrong.
once again, like I said, I was just transported away. I'm becoming hypnotized by her vocals and by, the production choices. It's so beautiful, like the soundscapes that are created and the general atmosphere. It just lulls you into this sense of you're floating somewhere. You're in a body of water, just being carried away with the current, and it's a very pleasant experience, even if the overall tone and undercurrent is, like I say, kind of sad and heavy, and you worry you're going to sink almost, but it's a lovely experience.
Pick you up at home 2:45. Ask you if you want something to eat. Drive around, get drunk, do it over again. 'Cause every time you say you're gonna go, I just smile 'cause babe, I already know. You know I got nothing under this overcoat. Let the light in at your back door, yelling 'cause I wanna come in.
Love the tone here, the rhythm and the sway and the feel of it.
Light on. Look at us, you and I, back at it again. Ooh, let the light in.
It's weird because it almost feels like this is one of the more upbeat songs. I'm loving as well this what's his name? Yeah, Father John Misty. I'm loving their voices together.
Look at us, you and I, back at it again. 'Cause I want you. I need to
guitar, just everything about the production is just lovely. Again, just the rhythm of it and the general tone, it's definitely the most sort of, even if the subject matter isn't super happy, it feels more sort of upbeat and, you know, that you can sing along to it comfortably without feeling, you know, like, Jesus. Yeah, like I say, just more almost because of the rhythm and the overall tone and the guitar and everything about it just felt more upbeat, more like something you can, like I say, sing along to, something you can go with in a way where, you know, you're not feeling like the weight of really heavy subject matter or the emotion that she packs into some of the other songs and her vocal performance. It just felt like a fairly traditional love song, but still very much, you know, of a piece. It's still distinctly Lana with her unique vocal and very great accompaniment from a guy, again, who I don't know, Father Jon Misty. I really enjoyed that one. Beginning with a fade in. Don't get that a lot. Strings and piano. Lovely.
This is a simple song, gonna write it for a friend. My shirt is inside out, I'm messy with the pen. He met Margaret on a rooftop, she was wearing white. And he was like, I might be in trouble. He had flashes of the good life. He was like, should I jump off this building now or do it on the double? Cause baby, if your love is in trouble, baby, if your love is in trouble,
Oh, that's a lovely sound.
baby, if your love is in trouble, makes me laugh, running down that path when your good is cold. Cause when you know, you know.
The words all my friends, with their red flags, their white knives, their black eyes, and their blue eyes.
That's a lovely tone from Bleachers. Another artist I'm not familiar with, but...
And that's your answer. The answer is no.
Maybe tomorrow you'll know. Maybe tomorrow you'll know. Maybe tomorrow you'll know.
Another track where I just feel like I'm being lulled. I'm not to sleep, but I'm just...
By the way, the party's December 18. Alright, let's waltz this out, kid. Cause when you know, you know. When you're old, you're old.
Again, it's like we've let the light in. It feels hopeful and upbeat in a way. I couldn't even tell you why, but... God, the tone of her voice. Again, the production, the piano, the strings, it's just gorgeous. Yeah, another track that feels kind of upbeat, maybe just through the tone of it and the way it was produced, particularly with like the use of brass towards the end and the accompaniment from Bleachers, as it was with Father Jon Misty, just amplifying what was already there. Yeah, another very odd now that we've had a couple of tracks in a row, at least from my perspective, that feel kind of hopeful or just not as like crushing under the weight of like melancholy and sadness and regret and just tones and a sense that I've got from the first half of the album a lot. Yeah, and the production, again, the instrumentation, just beautiful to listen to.
Don't you dare say that you'll braid my hair, babe, if you don't really care. You wanted me sadder, you wanted me sadder.
I didn't really.
Skipping rope in the bayou, slip softly into rain. Not that smart, but I've got things to say. Lately I've been thinking about how things used to be. Swinging in a nightgown underneath the old oak tree. Almost Victorian with you, you can talk to me. Lately I can see you wanted me sadder.
That's a nice little shift. Okay, there's a tone here that we don't hear often from her. That more of an auto-tuney electronic filter. It works. It definitely works here.
Palm trees in black and white.
This whispery effect as well. Like, all of her vocal choices throughout are great. Doesn't matter what mode she's in, it's always captivating.
Red flags green. Lately I've been sunning in the LA riverbed.
We're back to a sort of, you know, a somber tone, but I'm loving the inclusion of this beat as well.
How you speak, how you loving me. Lately I can see you wanted me sadder. Don't you dare say that you'll braid my hair, babe, if you don't really care. Say that you'll braid my hair if you're not coming home to me. Slip softly into rain. I'm not that smart, but I've got things to say.
Yeah, okay, we're back with that heavy feeling. Love it again. Love the choice of putting in that beat, the sort of dark synthy quality there. And again, I felt hypnotized. I felt like I was just bobbing along on caught up in a current of just melancholy. And yeah, I wonder how we're going to be closing out soon, because we're not far from the end, and I don't expect us to end on a high note, but I'd like it if we didn't end on a super low note. Either way, I'm loving the journey.
Hands on your knees, I'm Angelina Jolie. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Let me put my hands on your knees. You can braid my hair. Do a fat crisscross in the back somewhere. Me and my boyfriend listen to the Chili Peppers. We write hit songs without trying, like all the time, all the time. Got a knife in my jacket, honey on the vine, baby. I'll bring the coffee if you bring the wine. I'm in love.
The rhythm and feel of this, and the vocal, you know, the essential rapping almost that she's doing, is a very different feel. Kind of got my wish in a way. We're definitely in a different mode and a different vibe now.
My setup's good, I don't have much to lose. I got a dog, I take it for a midnight ride, yeah. Hands on your knees, Angelina Jolie. Let me put my hands on your knees. You can
So, yep. Can't help but move to the beat. Okay, I got my wish as far as a shift in tone is concerned. Wow, that's a very different vibe and style of what we've had before. I mean, I'm not mad about it. Obviously, it was great. I loved hearing her flow and hearing her perform in that way, and irresistible beat and a general just vibe and tone. That's a big shift. Very interesting choice. Yeah, that was a fun little track. Took me by surprise.
Met my boyfriend down at Taco Truck. Pass me my vape, I'm feeling sick, I need to take a bite.
Been there.
Imagine if we actually gave a fuck. Although it seems I've gotten better, I can be violent too. That's why they call me Lanita. When I get down, I'm bonita. Don't come find me in Reseda. I'll go crazy. Spin it till you whip it into white cream, baby. Print it into black and white pages. Don't face me before you talk. Let me stop what you're saying. I know that you hate me.
Again, we're definitely closing out in a different sort of vibe and feel from where we started.
You heard my baby's backing down now. You should come over. We'll be hanging around now. You should come over. Back to the garden. We're getting high now.
Yeah, these shifts have really taken me by surprise. I like that I've not known what to expect sometimes.
Oh God, miss you on my lips. It's me, a little Venice bitch. On the street with the neighborhood kids. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were mine, I'd be jealous of your love. If you were on my lips, jealous of your love.
It's a lovely little collage of sound now. It's blending of phrasings and
Calling up, bang, bang, kiss, kiss. Sounding off, bang, bang, kiss, kiss.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, right. So glad to be back in Lana's company. This is an amazing album. I mean, like I say, the shift, particularly towards the end there, the fact that we went from, I was nervous at the start of, not that I was going to come away from it feeling depressed or whatever, but having a general just sense of feeling like weighed down by the tonality of it and just the heaviness. I kept using that word, but that's just the word that felt right to me. And then by the end of it, we have just a different sort of tone and vibe by the time we get to the last two tracks. Another thing that I really love about her is that as it is with her previous albums, it is very singular, it's very her. Like, she's making the art that she wants to make, she's writing about the things that she wants to write about, she is performing work that, you know, is from her, it's her perspective, it's her choices, it's her style. It's like, I mean, it's just, I just like the fact that there's somebody who has the kind of profile that she has and has the kind of, you know, fame and the status that she has. I mean, it's a similar way to how I feel with Taylor, actually. It's one of those artists that is doing what they want to do and isn't doing it for, easy radio play or creating, just really easy to digest 3-minute pop songs. She's creating her art and doing it the way she wants to do it, as it has been with previous work. So yeah, another example of just being like, I shouldn't have stayed away so long. I can't wait for the next project she brings out. I'd be fascinated just to see what different direction she takes, if any. Because if the whole album had just been the sort of heavy, slow, somber piano strings and the wonderful vocals, that would have been great, but we had injections of other styles and different effects on the vocal, and the inclusivity of like beats and essentially hip-hop flow as well at times. And I like that it wasn't samey, it wasn't the same tone and the same sound throughout. There's variety and there's different modes of expression. So yeah, as always, thanks for stopping by, guys. Let me know what you thought of the album. Do you rank this up there with the previous works? What were the standout tracks for you? Were there any sort of themes or just elements that I didn't pick up on? Because I know sometimes I kind of get lost in the source and I just sort of listen to the music and I don't always pick up on everything. So if I missed anything really interesting and obvious, let me know. Give it a like if you liked it. But yeah, goodbye forever.
Listen, strange women lying in ponds, distributing swords is no basis for a system of government.